Good morning, guys. Dakota back with another video, another Forex weekly recap. And the week that we're going to be reviewing today is May 10th through the 14th of 2021. If this is your first time on this video, basically what I do at the end of every week, I'll review the trades that I took for that week and see if there are any mistakes or things that I did really well that I want to replicate or that I want to get rid of out of my system. And ultimately just do better the next week, right? So let's go ahead and get into this. This week was pretty simple. Not much really happened for me, right? So let me actually bring up the Discord screenshot. Also, I do post the trades that I take on my Discord server. The link to that is in the description if you want to join that. While you're down there, you might as well hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button and notification bell to keep up with future content. So only one trade closed this week, and that's this trade here. You can basically see the whole thought process I had. All the screenshots are in the Discord server, so you can go back and look at this if you want to look at it yourself. And basically I got an entry here, and when I entered here, price went into drawdown to a point where I needed to close and I could get a better entry. So I closed the position and looked for a better entry, right? And ultimately that's how I ended up with this position here. It was actually a way better entry than what I originally had. Ended up being about the same R, but the entry was way cleaner than the original position I had on there. Okay, this second position, again, like I don't want to go into that strat on these calls or on YouTube, but just me testing out certain aspects of my strategy and add to the position. So that was really the only position that closed, at least that losing position, and I have these two positions actually floating over the weekend, and we'll see how those develop over pretty much next week. I'm looking for price to get to this level, and if price gets to that level, I'm expecting to see some type of resistance here, right? Price to like reject it a little bit, but I would prefer it to break through and actually end up going to this demand zone down here. That's ideally what I'd love to see. But let's go to EURJPY. EURJPY, nothing really active on this. Okay, other than moving the stop loss. I think like Monday or Tuesday, move my stop loss further in profit on all these trades. The only one that I still have exposure on is this 4-to-1 opportunity here, which stop loss is shortened to about halfway, so I'm risking half of what I initially risked. So EURJPY is good. It's good. Gotta still manage the trade. My ultimate target is 133. Hey, and if you check out my Instagram, which the link to that is in the description, I don't really shout that out too often, but it's in the description. I actually did my first IGTV breaking down a conflict that I had with this, and also I talk about it on Friday's live stream, right, where basically I had a psychological, I guess you would call it a psychological issue, where I was combative with my rules and I wanted to close at this situation when I knew I shouldn't have been closing. Okay, and I basically worked out a way to say, hey, because this is happening, I'm not supposed to close, so I'm not going to close. And if I separated myself from this trade, if I wasn't hoping that this was going to work out, I would be holding still. Okay, and was able to do what I was supposed to do in that situation ultimately. Okay, come Sunday, Monday, I am looking for targets to be hit. I'm looking for price to continue pushing up. Still nothing telling me that price is due for a reversal anymore. Price is broken out of these highs, which means I'm supposed to move these stop losses up. All right, so Sunday night, I'm gonna be moving these stop losses up. It should be about this level here. Yeah, that's right. About this level here, basically break even of this last position here. And yeah, that'll be the only thing that I do on Sunday pretty much for EURJPY. Okay, wait 1 second. EURJPY, in the original video that I recorded, I forgot to talk about the setup that I actually had this week, because it was a really nice setup and it basically played out I'll show you. All right. So the setup that I had on EURJPY was pretty nice, but I wasn't able to take advantage of it. Would have essentially had a 5th position here, or a 3rd position here, and it was a 1 hour setup. I'm gonna bring the screenshot up from the Discord. The original setup is right here, all broken down, and it looks like I'm gonna have to bring up the full thing so you guys can see it. This is the idea. I had a 1 hour setup here. I saw a descending channel on a lower time frame that could have been taken advantage of, but I was trading it more like a bullish flag here, but in just identifying that particular pattern on lower time frame. Okay, with targets at 133.132. Now, price came down to this level, which you guys will see. Man, that's wild. There we go. This is what I was talking about. 133.132. So price came down to this level here, and it got to that level, and Steve Harvey like made this face at that point when news came out, and this is ultimately like how it ultimately ended up, right? Price got to that level and just exploded from that point. Okay, now in my system, I don't use limit orders just yet. I am working on it, believe me. I'm working on it, and I'm having fun working on it too. I'm seeing some interesting things, some fun things. But yeah, haven't implemented limit orders yet, but this would be a time that I would implement limit orders. But in this situation, my SL would have probably been hit because of the spread. It came like probably less than a pip away from my stop loss, or a pip, something like that. Yeah, so I think I would have been stopped out of that anyway. But price ultimately did end up pushing up, but I wasn't able to get in on it anyways. This was a beautiful setup, just didn't finish up like I wanted it to, and it ultimately ended up hitting targets. So I will have to log this down as a I actually can't log it down as a mistrade because my criteria wasn't met for it. That final signal wasn't met for it. But it's a trade I definitely will be studying this weekend and logging. But yeah, just want to interject that, and let's go ahead and finish it up. Now, GU, this pullback opportunity, if you were hopping on live streams, you know that there was a selling opportunity here. It played out about 134 pips. I hope somebody caught it. I know a lot of people like on the calls day trade, and I hope you're taking advantage of those. Also, I will go ahead and add up the 25 markups, so you guys basically have the numbers on that. But give me time. So price didn't really touch my level, right? Yeah, it didn't reach my level, the level that I'm looking to buy off of, but price did come down and give us a pullback. I am looking for a bit more consolidation here, and price did dip below this 50 fib level, which shouldn't be showing, but I wanted to dip below that 50 fib level, touch this zone here, and give me an entry opportunity there. I'll be looking to buy from that point. Other than that, like, no positions taken on GU. It was just an opportunity that I'm really interested in, and I think it's a really good opportunity. It's 8-1 right now, at least for my parameters that I have now. And when I get into it, or if it gets down to that level, I'm sure I can tighten that up a bit more and probably get a 10-1 out of that trade. But that was this week. The major lesson I learned was off of EJ. Like I said, that problem that I had here, just separating myself from the trade and separating myself from the profits, because I noticed Friday morning, and I've said this several times, like I was expecting the trade to work, expecting to take profits to hit because price was so much in profit. I'm like, okay, usually when price gets to this point, it's gonna hit targets. But like while I'm managing it, I don't want to be thinking that way. The way that I want to be thinking is, how can I manage this properly? How can I manage this efficiently? How am I supposed to manage this? How do I, like, in my plans, I have specific rules for, I need to see specific things in order, specific things need to happen in order for me to do specific things while I'm managing a position. And simply being emotionally, I guess, skeptical of those rules in the moment can sabotage like the ultimate or the original result that I would have, right? So I need to ensure that I follow the process when I need to follow the process, right? Because I laid out those rules for a reason. I've done the back testing, I've done the work to put it in. I've also live traded it for an extended period of time. It's only been 8 months. I've back tested and live traded for a significant amount of time, like at least live traded for a significant amount of time. So I'm to the point where I trust it, or I know why I have those in place. And when it comes time to actually execute on that material, I need to do it. Okay. And then when I go through and review my journal and review my sample sizes, and it's showing me, well, if you would have done this, like 9 times out of 10, you have a better return. So maybe you should switch it up instead of doing what you're doing right now. Once I get that feedback from my journal, then I'll go ahead and switch it. Other than that, I gotta keep doing what I know I need to do. But that was this week, May 10th through the 14th. Hopefully that's right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you guys want to reach out to me, link to the Discord server is in the description. Also, if you want to say anything, there's my finger. If you want to say anything, go ahead, comment in the comment section. All right. And hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the, man. Most important thing, bro. I think last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I had two guests right here, right over my right shoulder, that said something very important. Let me try to remember. The first thing he said was like, hit the like button. The second thing he said was subscribe and hit that bell. All right. So just go ahead, do those things if you want to keep up with future content. Also, if you like the video, and I will catch you guys on Monday's live stream. Bye.